Okay.
All right. Got Kandy the Conqueror on. I like that little name. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Kind of where you're from, what you kind of grew up around, and what you used to do.
Okay, so I grew up in Maryland and I was a nurse I'm still am a nurse. I'm not active. I do have my license currently. I've been a nurse for 17 years. But I was always someone that has an entrepreneurial spirit. So I didn't want to just be a nurse forever. Like that wasn't not who I am. So I would dabble in like different things. So I started off modeling, but then I started to get into acting, and then I started hosting events for charities. And so that kind of gave me experience to have a business, like wanting to have a business. So like the past decade, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. But basically, because of my experience, I learned how to use social media to market what I do. So when I became really successful at that, I've noticed people were like, well, how did you do this? How do you do that? How do you like people were asking me questions all the time. I was like, well, shit, I can just I can just go ahead and start charging people for, asking me. Then I learned it was a thing, like people was managing social media and marketing using it. So then I created my agency, and that's what I've been doing for 2 years. And so then I got into life insurance.
And are you signed up with an IMO or anything, or like
Yeah, I'm with FEG.
FEG? Okay, gotcha. And how long did it take you to really? Cause I mean, you have your own brand,
Yeah.
pretty much. How long did it take you since? Like, how long ago did you first start your little social media journey?
Like 2 years ago.
Two years.
I did social media, but I didn't start um making money off of it until 2 years ago.
Okay, and how many followers did you have 2 years ago when you first started like making money?
Wow, like okay, I probably had less than 10. So when I started the journey, I was 300, like, and then it just progressively went higher. And then when I hit the 10,000 mark, people were like asking me questions, and I was getting really active engagement.
And that's the biggest struggle for people is getting past that first like initial couple thousand.
Yeah.
What really what do you think you can contribute your success to from building that presence up? Like how did you go from 0 to 10,000?
Uh, Obviously consistency. Like people say, okay, I'm going to do it. They'll do it for like a week or 2 weeks, and they're just like, they stop doing it because they're not seeing the results they want. But if you're consistent, especially with social media, because the way Instagram or Facebook or like back then worked is like you have to keep pushing the same content so people can eventually see your content. It doesn't work like people just you're posting it one time and think, oh, people are going to see it, but you have to build that algorithm on your own. Back then, so the algorithms are different now. And also the type of content that you post. So for me, a lot of people don't understand marketing, so people want to see your lifestyle. So if you look like you're doing really well in your lifestyle, whether it's you're going to events, you bought a new car, a new house, like if you look good, you look like you're going somewhere, you're traveling, people are drawn to that. They're like, oh, she's successful and I want to be like her. That's marketing tactics that people don't understand. That's how influencer
Oh, yeah,
get rich.
I see it. Just out of my own curiosity, how much of that stuff is fake? Because I mean, there's literally people who will go rent like these
Yeah,
Lamborghinis and stuff just to
yeah.
take pictures with, and behind closed doors, they're like in a
The
shack
living
or something.
Yeah,
They
they're
gotta.
still living in their parents' basements. No, I'm very authentic. So if you actually, I changed my social media template, so it looks different this year. But I'm very authentic. If you read some of my posts, I really talk about where I
That's
come.
why I actually took time to kind of go through your material, and it was actually informative.
Yeah,
Like it's not just like come sign up for my master class.
Yeah, and then I want people to relate to me. So it's easier when you have people who relate to you as clients. So then you guys have an understanding, and it's not as hard. You know, some people, there are bad clients and for everybody, you know, like not everyone's a great client. And so I kind of push that, let me be me on social media. And if people are drawn to that, they're more likely to be good clients because they like my personality. They can relate to what I say, because I don't always talk about, like I said, social media or life insurance. I talk about myself on my brand. I talk about you know, me being a first generation American. My parents were refugees. I talked about that on a lot of my posts because my dad just passed away this summer. So like I right. So I speak on that. So people are like, oh, I can relate, because even though you're not like um Asian or someone that just came here to America, but you can relate to the fact of the struggles of being, not having generational wealth, and then to see that oh, if she can do it, she struggled, if she can do it, then I can do it too. So like a lot of people judge me when they see me, and they think that I don't have a bad life ever or like she had a great childhood, or her parents gave her money, and it's not like that. So I kind of like so I kind of express that in my content too. Is like, no, I really worked hard to get here, and it's everything that you see is very authentic.
Yeah, that was the main reason I wanted to talk to you, because I thought it was real. I could feel the emotion behind a lot of the posts that I read before I even reached out to you. It's like
Oh, that's good.
probably a down to earth person. So I mean, just a lot of people you talk to in marketing, they want to look like the next LeBron James. They're renting cars that they don't even own.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I don't want to do,
what
unless
do
I'm
people
there.
come to you for? Yeah. What do kind of people like, what kind of services do you have for people? Is it just like helping build their own brand, or like are you just doing marketing techniques to generate leads for them? What are you kind of doing for people?
So the services I offer is consultations where I teach other business owners to do what I do. So everything that you see is what I teach my clients. So that way, you know, if I did it, they can do it too. So I'm not doing off what people are saying. I'm really doing off what works for me. And then I do social media management. So I have clients that I run accounts for. And I do Facebook ads for businesses.
And what are the Facebook ads for recruiting, or just like you get a product out?
So it depends. So I do promotional Facebook ads because a lot of business owners who do reach out to me don't have a big budget. So the way you use Facebook ads in that way is by generating traffic to your site. So, and in the end, it's still advertising, right? So if I were to post a billboard, it's advertising, commercial advertising. So you really don't know who's coming to your site. It's just there. You're paying for advertising. So with Facebook, with a smaller budget, it's the same way. The difference is you're actually targeting people that you want them to go to your site. It comes with analytics versus
Yep.
the billboard or magazines or
Yeah,
commercials.
just whoever's driving by or whoever's watching the TV.
Right. So that's how that works. So I explain to business owners, like, you have to have advertising. Even whether it's not Facebook ads or anything else, you still have to advertise. No one's gonna just all know who you are off the bat just because you got to sign up or a business name or whatever. Like, that doesn't mean everyone knows who you are. You still got to get yourself in front of people. So for me, I run promotional Facebook ads. We're just running traffic ads for business owners who don't have a big budget. And I tell them you got to do it monthly. And a lot of business owners don't realize that you're also once a customer, right? So they think that, okay, I ran an ad and I should get this return on investment on it. Like, no, if you were putting yourself in your customer's shoes, if you saw an ad for this dress, are you going to buy it right away from a company you never heard of? No, right? Right. No. So like, of course you're not gonna get anything because you ran it one time. You got to run it again. And I said, you got to run it the following month. And I said, maybe they said, okay, well, I keep seeing this company and I'm looking at the reviews. It sounds good, but I don't have money today. I'll buy it when I get paid. oh, if you don't run the ad again, they're gonna forget about it. You know, our attention span's like, oh, I forgot. There's so many things to buy online, you're gonna forget, right? You have to
Oh,
be
yeah.
constantly in people's faces. So I explained to my clients, like, you gotta run at least 3 months, because maybe the third month, let's say, it lands on a day that they have money, they got paid, and it's like, all right, I just seen that dress last week, and I'm like, nah, I got money, I got paid, I'm gonna buy it today. That's how advertising works everywhere, not just Facebook ads. I think they get confused just because they get analytics. You're gonna get people buy like the first
Yeah,
round.
it's not overnight success.
It's
Uh,
you have to constantly get in people's faces. Like you have
how
to.
are you using your marketing for life insurance purposes?
So I haven't ran ads on my life insurance, only because of the type of people I want to want, or clients I want to have. So I get leads every single day, believe it or not, because I've said that in the group, and then someone said like, oh, you're like what did he say? What did he say? He was like, oh, come on, like I was lying. But I screenshot all of my insights in reels, the amount of views I got on my life insurance reels, not just my regular reels. And I had like 4 different screenshots, like I think 23 on Facebook, 23,000 on Facebook, 10,000 on Instagram, like 14,000 on TikTok. I was like, those views generate leads. I'm just not, just because, you know, that's what I'm saying. So I was like, I get leads every single day, but because I push out valuable content, I educate people without being salesy, people are more willing to come to me. So I closed out my first week, I closed out 4 policies. I have 3 more next week that I'm closing out. I'm already going to their house next week. So it's just like you have to position yourself as the expert. People are so like, I need money, I need money. And that's just
That
like,
commission breath. Yep.
it's not even just like life insurance, just in business. When people create a business, they're like, oh, their mindset stuck. I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money. And you get stuck in that. And then there's this desperation, and you put that energy out in the world. Is like you're desperate for, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get the leads that you want. You're not going to get the clients you want, because you're so desperate. When you actually do content to actually help others, you get that back in return. Like you'll be so surprised. Like people are,
100%.
yeah.
I mean, how many life insurance applications like or clients do you typically get a month from your
I
social media?
literally just started.
Or you just started doing
I
it and
literally just started. I'm brand new. I'm brand new. I just started like 2 weeks ago.
and you still already got 4 applications last week though?
Last week, and then three. They already did the quote. I just have to go have them sign it in their house next week. So I
Okay,
got
so
this.
you're doing like people around you pretty
Yeah.
much only. And are you doing like any Zoom, like
I've
anything
done
online?
I've done the first week are all Zooms. The one I'm doing next week are in person, but I don't know them. I don't.
No, you usually
Yeah.
don't. No, that's still very impressive. I love that. What's your biggest piece of advice on like what's the secret sauce that they all want about really building a like online presence? Like what are the
Um,
steps they need to take to really get their social media following up to maybe have the same authority as you?
uh, doing videos. I preach and preach and preach. You got to do videos, especially now. Like, and you have to hop on trends. But right now, videos are hot. You need to. That's how you can get those views that they're not your followers. So, like with Reels, Reels have a different algorithm on Facebook and Instagram. They reach people who are not following you, versus if you post a regular, see, people don't understand that. If you post a post on your time or on your profile, that only reaches the people that are already following you. And then with the algorithm, they only get to see 1 or 2% of your content, because you don't engage with them. So Reels, for those who don't like to engage, but I always tell people you gotta engage with people. But for those who don't like to engage too often, is to actually do videos, because Reels will push your content to people who do not follow you. And I have like actually was gonna do content today about that. I have a screenshot where I had 23,000 views on a reel, and it was this much that was my followers, and then this much of non-followers.
Random. Yep.
Yeah, so it's like I show proof. That's why it helps with me, is because I also show results and proof that this does work. So like, so that's why I think that with life insurance, with any business, really social media is the way to go for free leads. So you don't have to pay.
100%.
And then on top of that, I tell people, if you educate people in your videos, you already answering half the questions these people already have. So
No
when
doubt
they
from you.
say, right, so when they say, okay, well, I like her, I like, she seems like she knows what she's talking about, I'm gonna message her. So by the point that time they message you, they already say, I think I want life insurance, right? So then you do a quote with them or whatever, and then they're like, okay, I want life insurance. 9 out of 10 times you're going to close the sale because they already want life insurance. They already had it in their mind. They reached out to you already. That's way better than doing cold calls or like, like
Oh,
random,
100%.
like random phone calls. These are people that already want it. And you did already the work for it just by posting videos that educate people. You educate people, but you also answered a lot of their questions about life insurance. So by the time they reached out to you, they kind of already, it's easy.
100%. And what's the biggest struggle you've had in kind of building your own brand? Because I mean, this all revolves around you. If you stop, then it stops. Like,
Yeah.
what's been your biggest problem?
Um, I don't really, you know what? I'm just really consistent. I'm someone that it's very, I know if I don't do it, it's not going to happen for me. But so because I also run other people's social media, I'm always constantly like if you're constantly
You're
working.
just constantly busy. You don't really have time to sit there and ponder. And I like it. Sounds like timing might have been your only struggle. You just had to wait until your content got to the right people in order to build up. I mean, is that fair for me to say?
Oh yeah, over the past, yeah. It's just all, like I said, it's like all about being consistent. Like you have
No.
to have you have to have an offer that people want to like. What are you offering? Like, so a lot of people on social media or that are business owners, they just post their product, right? But not
Yeah,
like,
come by it.
yeah, like come buy it, but like, why do I need to come buy it? Why do I need to follow you? Like, what's the point? Why am I here? Like, it's the same thing. It's just real life, but just on social media. Like, you can't just, you got to offer something. You got to offer value. Like, they come to my page, but I'm offering something.
Yeah, I'm giving your best advice away for free.
Yeah, you have to, because then people trust you. And that's the point of social media, or in real life. Like I said, like,
Everyone's turned into that we FM and what's in it for me.
yeah. So
Um,
like you have to, you know, it's just real life, even going to the store in person, going to the mall, it's the
Just an
same thing.
interaction with somebody, an honest interaction. How,
Right.
how big can this thing get for you? I mean, what are your kind of future plans with what you're doing? Because I'm impressed. I like it. I'm happy for you.
Well, for life insurance or just it in
Just your
general?
your whole little brand in general. I mean, you've got your Instagram page. You got a pretty big following on there. Like, are you planning on getting websites and stuff done? Like, what are kind of your big
I
future
do
plans?
have a website. I just keep playing around. Like I had a really great website, and then I don't know what GoDaddy did something with it, so it disappeared. So I started with ClickFunnels because I do offer stuff. So like I do have a website that I created, was really nice at one point, but I really feel like I'm progressing. Like I really excited because I started 2 years ago learning social media and how to help people. But you know, it's just you're new, right? That means you have no clients or anybody. You're brand new. So it took me. I was still working as a nurse while I was building my agency, getting clients with social media. I had a discounted rate, or I did stuff for free so I can get experience and testimonials. And then I just went, the minute I validated my skills, like I raised my prices, and then I was pregnant, and I said to myself, my deadline was, once I have this baby, I'm never going back to work. And I've not been back to work. And that was last year. And brand new agency in New Orleans. I won an award, which I was so excited about. It really means a lot to me, because of all the work I've put into it. But like I was running with big names, like hospital brand, like hospital marketing won awards beneath me. So I was like, oh my God, like I won the second award, the second highest award that you can get. Like the highest one was the Anvil, and only 6 people got it. And I was one beneath it. And that really meant a lot to me, because it's like I literally just started, and we're doing really
Yeah,
well.
what I've done has already had this much of an impact. No,
Yeah.
I love that. If anyone wants to follow her, or maybe get help for building their own social media presence, or just want someone like your agency to run their stuff, I mean, how can they find you? Just kind of plug your stuff in, that way people can reach out to
Well,
you.
you can like find me on any of the social media platforms. Candyland. That's also my website with the
And it's
letters.
Kandy with a K.
Kandy with the K is Kandyland. That's also my email at gmail.com. So if anyone wants to email me directly, you can do that. So I keep my brand the same. I also tell people like where Kandy the Conqueror came from was I Candyland. So it's like a land, and I'm the
Yeah.
queen. I came here to conquer. That's kind of my slogan. So that's where that came from. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Well, Kandy, thank you for so much for joining this with me. Absolutely loved having you on. So I'll definitely be trying to ask you for some advice for building my own social media presence and stuff here in the future, because
No problem. Thank
be
you
getting
for
that
having
built
me.
up. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you for coming on here, and I wish the best for you.
Thank you so much.
All right, see you, girl.
Bye.